What's up YouTube, Steuben here, and today I'm going to bring you a deck profile for Tapu Koko VMAX. I know it's been a long time since I brought anything to the channel, but you can primarily catch me about 5 or 6 days a week over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Steuben. We play a lot of TCGO, tabletop TCG, we do tournaments, play random games. We've been playing some Unite. It's been a lot of fun. Come hang out. I'd love to have you join us there and join the community. It's super awesome. So we just held a standard format tournament the other night, and I decided to play Koko VMAX for whatever reason, because I'm crazy, right? The real reason I decided to play this deck is because I built it for one of our tabletop streams that we do every Tuesday. I had a lot of fun playing this deck, so I was just like, you know what? I don't take prizes from these tournaments. We do it for the community. Barrier to entry is pretty low, and a lot of people have fun with it. So we played Koko VMAX, and let's just talk about it. So he's got one attack here, max shock for 180 damage. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, you paralyze them. So the whole point is to go behind in the prize trade and then paralyze them instead of the 2-shot and theoretically set up an 8-prize game, if you've ever heard that terminology before. So you want them to knock out a Boltund after you electrify onto your Koko to get energy accelerated onto it. Then you're now behind in prizes, you max shock, you paralyze them, you set up the 2-shot, you can potentially delay the inevitable, you can boss around, paralyze another Pokemon, set up another knockout, and then go from there while you're accelerating energy onto another Koko via manual attachment or, Boltund again in some situations. We've got a Koko Prism here as well to accelerate energy, but you have to be careful with it because we play greens as our primary supporter here. But if you do have Path to the Peak down, Koko technically doesn't have an ability at that point in time, so you're able to play greens once again. So the Koko line is a 4-3 split. We're playing 3 copies of Koko V from Sword and Shield for the free retreat. Spike Draw and the Thunderous Bolt for 200 is pretty good. Then we've got a single copy of Koko V from Battle Styles for Spiral Thunder. Does 20 plus 40 times all the energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So in the case of like a Shadow or Calyrex, for example, if they have 10 energy in play, for them to do 310 damage, then you can hit them with their 10 energy in play. You can hit them for 420 damage, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but you can really get some good clean up knockouts with Spiral Thunder in some situations. So onto the supporters, we've got 2 copies of Boss, 1 Cynthia and Caitlyn, 4 copies of Green, that's our primary searcher here. We've got a single copy of Lieutenant Surge's Strategy because we do want to fall behind in the prize trade. It's nice to have a one-off to be able to play multiple supporters in one turn and have a really strong turn. We've got 2 copies of Marnie and 2 copies of Research. To find those supporters, we've got 4 copies of Pokegear. To get our Pokemon, we got 3 Quick Ball and 2 Incense. We've also got random little searcher and utility things such as Spinner and Escape Rope. We've got a Fan of Waves to disrupt special energy. We've got Pokedolls for pivots and stalling turns. We've got Stamp to punish them because, again, we want to fall behind in the prize trade. Theoretically, we want them to go to 4, then we want them to go to 1. And then a Stamp to 1 is really strong. And most decks can't get out of a Stamp to 1 with Path to the Peak down and potentially Paralysis. So you kind of just lock your opponent out of the game at that point in time. And then we've got 2 copies of Air Balloons so we can retreat the Boltunds easily. And then we've got 2 copies of Big Charm to increase our Koko's HP up to 350 to prevent it from being knocked out as easily. And then onto the energy, we've got 4 speed energy to draw cards when we attach, and then 9 basic lightning to accelerate from the deck or discard with Boltund and Koko. That's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoy it. Let's head over into some gameplay, and we'll see you there. Alright, in this deck, we definitely want to go second, so hopefully they decide to go first with the coin flip here. Nope, we're going first. So we gotta really plan out our options, and it's looking a little bit grim here. So Boltund is probably still going to be our lead here. I do believe we have an Energy Spinner, so yeah, we can still lead with Boltund. I'm okay with that. And then I'm not going to start anything else down. We'll see what they got going on. So we get the other Koko. They are playing Calyrex though, so duly noted that Koko might actually just be the way here. I I am going to attach to the Bolton this turn, and then I am just going to pass. We don't want to bench the Koko Prism because that would lock us out of the greens. Now, they could also prevent us from playing stadiums or special energy here. Kind of a pain in the butt, but we can potentially get around it. We'll see what happens. They're going to boss. That's unfortunate. So, in this situation, I think we're going to go ahead and play the greens, and we're going to grab a rope, actually, just to not even bait anything down, and then I'm okay with grabbing a path here. That's going to be very nice for us. So yeah, let's grab these. We can go ahead and rope, and they didn't even attack, so let's slap down that path to the peak. Let's grab an energy from the deck. We have 5 remaining in there. Koko can get accelerated onto, and then we're going to go ahead and electrify. Load them all up on the Koko here, and then see what they can do. They might have had a dead hand, alluding to why they played that way. Alright, they're going to incense, probably for the VMAX. A lot of these Shadow Rider decks do play Marsh Shadow with Resetting Hole to bump path out. They're going to go for a research. Discard, 3 energy. There's the Swell, so their abilities are live again. Fog Crystal. Now, it can't accelerate onto itself with Underworld Door. It's got to be a benched Pokemon. There's the Gengar Mimikyu. That actually is kind of a problem. Okay, and they have a switch as well. I'm actually okay with them wasting a switch card here. Into the Cresselia and then passing? I'm not even sure what our opponent is really trying to do here. I'm actually just going to bench another Koko, and then I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to just boss this Gengar Mimikyu up and lock it in the active and force the Horror House play. That doesn't seem like the worst option, but I'm actually we should just play the greens, and let's grab an Air Balloon and a Big Charm. So I'm going to put the Big Charm on this boy, the Air Balloon here. That way we have less cards in our hand, and I'm going to go ahead and electrify once again. And yeah, we're gonna set this up pretty well here. I don't want to evolve this Koko. I do want to use Spiral Thunder at some point in time here, and it's looking like they're just so far behind with what they've got going on. They must have whiffed an energy last turn. I can see a Dedenne or a Crobat coming into play here. Another Calyrex, okay. And another Research. Our opponent is just raw dog dead draw over here. There's the Underworld Door. On to the Gengar Mimikyu, okay. They manually attach to it. There's an Air Balloon onto the Cresselia so they can retreat, and I'm assuming they're going to Horror House, yeah. Okay. So, they only have 3 energy in play. We can't do much else here, so I am just going to electrify that last energy onto the Koko. And hopefully they don't have a boss. There's another VMAX coming down, okay. Now, let's see. What do they have in there? There's the boss. Okay, unfortunate. They're going to take this guy. Yeah. And he's going to go right to Hades here. Okay. So that's unfortunate. That would have been our good late game pusher there. So we're going to promote Koko in this case. And we do have a greens. We do have energy in the discard pile. So we can actually just throw away this Pokegear real quick. We're gonna have to fetch another one here. I am gonna go ahead and use the dance real fast on these gentlemen. Good boy Doggo Bolton here getting an extra energy. So that's 6 in play. That's not enough damage to knock this thing out, or it would be pretty nice. So I think in this situation we do need to play greens and at least guarantee the Evo for this Koko. So we're gonna grab the Evo Incense, and I'm thinking we're gonna grab a stamp to just slow them down. We have another stamp, so it's okay. Or we can actually just grab Surge. Now let's take the stamp. Let's take the stamp and the incense. Incense. We'll grab the VMAX, and we're gonna go ahead and plop that down there. And then yeah, let's hit them with the stamp. They've played a switch. They've got 2 air balloons in the back. I'm hoping we're okay here. So let's go ahead and hit them with the max shock and paralyze them and see what they can do with 5 cards. They can probably draw out. If they got an energy card, they can probably draw out of this here. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a additional switch. Koko is really strong in open deck list tournaments. That way you can kind of count how many switch options your opponent has from their deck list and then play it accordingly that way. But in situations where we're just hopping into the ladder with it, it doesn't seem as strong as it does in a tournament setting. There's the switch, unfortunately. They only have 5 energy in play, though. So they don't even knock us out. We do get a speed. And we get another incense. I'm actually stoked for that one. We have another energy for next turn. Now, we could knock this out and go ahead, but I think in this situation, we do want to just go ahead and hit this guy. And then we set up 2 shots. So we can go ahead and paralyze again here. And just hope they don't have another switch. Even if they do, they knock this down. They go to 1 prize. We're behind again. Yeah, we actually might not be in the worst situation here. There's an air balloon. It's not going to do too much here. They're going to play Marnie. I think I'm okay with that. It does suck that the 2 bosses are going to go to the bottom of the deck, but we do play Pokegear to potentially dig and shuffle. And we do find a Marnie and a Pokegear. They're going to go for the Underworld Door. And they're stuck. Yeah, they're stuck. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do this. And we find this Surge. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. So I'm going to hold that Surge, and we're going to Surge Marnie next turn. Because they are going to knock this out. So we're going to go to 3 prizes. They'll knock us out, and then they will go to 1. And then pretty much all we need to do is, between the Surge, the Marnie, and the Pokegear, find the boss to knock out the Gengar Mimikyu. I'm going for another research here. 2 switches down, 3 incense down, air balloons out. There's an ordinary rod. Probably putting in the energy and the Calirexes at this point. Fog Crystal, probably going to grab a basic. Yep. Alright. They'll get the KO here. So we have two like legitimate choices here. They're gonna take their prizes. We go behind again, so we could theoretically paralyze and go that route. We're gonna promote the Koko here, and we're just gonna hope and see if we can find that boss's orders. We don't. We find a research though, so that's not the worst, actually. So we're going to go ahead and play the Surge. And then now we'll go ahead and research. Get us down even lower into the deck. And there's the boss's orders to bring up the Gengar Mimikyu and Max Shock for the last 3 prizes of the game. So in a sketchy situation, we came out on top in that matchup. Nice. Well, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a shot and play it in a tournament or even on the ladder if you want. If you had fun with that. Hopefully we catch you over on the Twitch channel, either for one of our Tabletop Tuesday streams or, you know, one of the tournaments we hold on Thursdays. So that's it for me. Please enjoy Koko before rotation happens. Hope you guys have a great day. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Much love. Have a good one, and we'll catch you whenever we catch you. Take it easy.